Wow. So his wife, his ex-wife, has concerns and she's filing a restraining order because she doesn't want the kids alone with Elijah based on his alleged involvement with a 16-year-old boy years ago. Wow. Former Blaze TV host Elijah Schaffer, who now hosts RIP TV, is allegedly to have abused a child while serving as a youth pastor. According to a transcript filed in Palm Beach County, Florida, Schaffer's ex-wife alleges he is on antipsychotic medication and struggling with long-term alcohol and drug abuse. Well, that one we already knew. I mean, I think that was a given. Especially when he went on that 2-hour cope fest and he let it slip. He let it slip that his wife had been pleading with him to be sober, and he kept saying, "No, I'm not on anything. I haven't had a sip of anything for a long time. My wife wanted me to stop." People don't ask you to stop unless it's a problem. That's how we found out about that. Okay, that's how we sussed that out. We know you have problems, and she's not the only one to claim that. So many other people are claiming that too. Elijah Schaffer was previously fired from Blaze TV after allegedly assaulting a coworker. That was that Sarah Gonzalez coworker of his who he was feeling up or whatever. Not good, not good. And that's public. You can go and read all about that. That was years ago. Schaffer is now going through a very public divorce of his own, making following allegations that he slept with one of his staffers. Sarah's stock had nothing to do with my divorce. Okay, I don't know about that. The fact that you guys believe this because a gay J said so is the funniest part. You should take Groiper out of your name and change it to F slur because you are gay AF. You're gay America first. Not a true Nick stan. Fuentes stands with me. GTFO grifting bitch ass. Nick was one of the first people to come out and glaze his new path, his new manosphere Matrix breaking Andrew Tate path. He said it was hard. I don't think that this has anything to do with Elijah Schaffer's clout. I don't think it has anything to do with his ability. I think it has everything to do with being on a team, being part of a network, and submitting, kissing the crown, right? That's what I think all this is. And if Nick has something on him, I think even something like this, even though it's public, if he can hold this over his head and say, nobody's going to want to work with you. I'm the only person who's going to work with you. I got millions of followers on X. I'll take you. I will take you in as long as you never disavow me. He's trying to create this large network, this coalition, which is what everybody does. I think this is what everybody's doing. Even Donald Trump, all the way up to the tippy top, right? You're trying to create these coalitions of friend and foe, this friend and foe distinction. It doesn't really matter what they do. You're not appealing to some universal ethic. You're not appealing to Christian morality, as Nick would proclaim. I don't think he's doing that at all. It's literally, will you disavow me or not? And if they say, no, I'm on your team, and they harness a semblance of an audience, okay, you can be in. The Groipers have your back. That's what I think a lot of this is about. In a transcript regarding a temporary restraining order, Schaffer's wife testifies that Elijah admitted to abusing a 16-year-old boy when he was a youth pastor. Come on, what are we doing, Elijah? And one of your concerns you have is they're quoting him, admitting that he abused a child when he was a youth pastor, right? Before he became an internet, yes, a boy child, yes. A 16-year-old boy. Yes, sir. Wow. So his wife, his ex-wife, has concerns and she's filing a restraining order because she doesn't want the kids alone with Elijah based on his alleged involvement with a 16-year-old boy years ago. Wow. That is not good, man. Schaffer's wife also states that Elijah has been diagnosed as manic and that a psychiatrist prescribed schizophrenic medication. Now, one of the things you're concerned about is that he has told you about some of his mental health diagnoses, correct? Yes, sir. While he's being treated even here in Denton County? Yes, sir. What are some of the diagnoses that he's told you he has? He's told me that he's been diagnosed manic and also that his psychiatrist gave him schizophrenic medication along with Xanax and some other sleeping medication. Okay, so maybe that night when he was like tripping out in the hotel that was flooded, maybe he was having a schizophrenic break. Maybe, maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe he's not on any drugs other than the prescribed ones. Maybe he's not on any psychogenic hallucinogens or anything like that. Maybe he's actually just schizophrenic. Our fellow schizo. It's schizo hours too. Look at that. Court exhibits also include photos of the medication, which includes quetiapine, which is typically prescribed for schizophrenia. Wow, this is crazy. This just showing his prescriptions here. HIPAA. You're right. HIPAA. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be showing. Well, this is public info though. Am I not allowed to show this? Is this inappropriate? I mean, it's inappropriate for sure, but am I going to get in legal trouble? This is all alleged. Listen, this is all alleged. Please, please. Schaefer's wife also claims Elijah was suffering from delusions and paranoia, claiming the FBI was trying to kill him. Well, that one might be true. That one might be true. The way Kash Patel's girlfriend is suing him into oblivion, that one he might actually have a legitimate claim to. So, for example, he says that drugs have been planted. There'll be a public trial by the FBI, correct? Yes, sir. He thinks the FBI is chasing him now at this point? Yes, he believes the FBI are trying to kill him. This is another one of his posts that you had. This is recently, correct? Yes, sir. Again, we also have threats to your family. He doesn't like your parents, does he? Are you concerned that he's also using illegal drugs? And we know he admitted it. He admitted her parents were a pain in the ass to deal with and that he almost got in a physical confrontation with her father. And look, I understand some of that can be the father's fault too, but he's not painting a very good image of himself with these people if he's gallivanting around town, sleeping with all kinds of people while he's got kids, he's on psych meds, he's maybe drinking, abusing other drugs. Like, maybe her father has a legitimate claim to get up in your shit. Are you concerned that he's also using illegal drugs? Yes, sir. I don't know. But he's told me that this is the longest he's ever been sober in 12 years. And I have seen him take many illegal drugs and alcohol abuse over the years that we've been married. As part of that, the request is that he ordered to go take a hair and nail drug test at ARC Point Denton here in order to have a screening. Yes, sir. In the transcript, Schaefer's wife alleges that some of his extreme views got him banned from Australia. That is true too, because he talks about that shit all the time. It's the woke left. They're trying to stop me from seeing my children. It's the woke left. They're pouring booze down my throat. It's the woke left. They're injecting me with crack. Just a summary, these show some extreme behavior, anti-Semitic behavior, showing that he has incredibly hostile views about women in general, referring to them as nothing but holes, correct? Yes, he did say that, Your Honor. Yes, he did. But Your Honor, I'm based in Red Pill. Don't you understand? I'm breaking free from the Matrix. I'm destined to say these things. God has bestowed it upon me to say these things. Do all these things cause you to be concerned about him being alone with your children? Yes, sir. In fact, you've done everything you can do to not let him alone with these kids, right? Yes, sir. Dude, she's taking this shit, all the bullshit he said online, and presenting it to a judge. She's getting full custody of these kids. Let's just be real. She's getting full custody of these kids. She's going to hold up all the crap he said about Jewish people, about women, about blacks, about Hispanics, about everybody. Plus couple this with the alleged abuse of the 16-year-old, plus the drug use, plus the schizophrenia. I mean, dude, does he really think he's going to get custody of these kids? I don't think so. Are your children Jews, ma'am? No, sir. And a sigh of relief fell among the courtroom. Then what's the problem, right? 50-50 custody. In an attempt to make his jaw look more defined, the face filter Schaefer used warped his left ear. Nah, man, maybe he just has a fucked up ear. Maybe that shit's just a little, some people are born with like a little arm. Maybe he's just got a little ear. And we've just never noticed it before. Oh, dear Lord. He's spiraling. He's toilet bowling it, man. And he's doubling down. He's doing this weird thing where in one part he wants to double down on everything he's ever done. Manosphere, Andrew Tate, Matrix, breaking, grift. But then at the same time, he's doing this weird pivot into orthodoxy and saying his producers are taking him there. It's like that meme of the guy who's standing at the two paths in the road, and one of them is like Andrew Tate, Matrix, breaking, grift. The other path is holy orthodoxy and like actually trying to solve these problems. And he's just looking at both of them, trying to decide. He's doing the split personality. The schizophrenia is coming out. Which one? Which way, Western man? Which way? I talk about him. We do a little shitting on him, but I do hope he gets better. Whatever's going on, man. I hope he does not. He's already quadrupled down on it, but I hope he does not quintuple down on this. What do you think it is that causes people to get completely spun out like this? Drugs. I think that pride is what originally caused this. What do they say? Pride cometh before the fall. The drugs are the fall. The drugs are... That's where you're headed. But the pride before that was already ingrained in his mind as I can do this. I can, like Icarus, I can fly to the sun with no problems. And we know how that turned out. The pride will get you in these situations. We're just seeing the effect. We're just seeing the effect of pride. That's why hopefully going to Orthodox Church, hey, that'll maybe imbue him with a little bit of humility, maybe a little bit, just a little bit, maybe. And look. Who among us? I understand that. Who among us Who among us are without sin? I understand that. But the Christian grift and the constant attacking of large swaths of people and pushing these messages, and then you look at them and you go, wait a minute, who am I taking advice from? And not that there's not even any legitimacy to some of the things he says. I actually was watching his show the other night. I saw him pop up on my feed. And I thought, I'm going to see what Elijah's talking about. He was talking about Iran. He was talking about Israel. He was talking about that whole. And I thought, I agree with this. I agree with a lot of what he's saying. But you have to take the propositions themselves, the truth claims, the truth values of the proposition themselves, and you have to abstract them. You have to tear them away from the person and lay them bare. That's why debates are so good, because you can't sit there and ramble about your bullshit. You actually have to get to a logical conclusion about things. And we're going to sit here and attack you on those positions, so that we, the audience, can get to a better understanding of things. But when people are just sitting there grifting and they're spouting off their bullshit, a lot of people, they buy into the person. They buy into the person's aesthetic, the person, how they operate, how they move, all this stuff, their life, their story. And that, I think, twists and contorts the message and how you view them. And then you find out that they're grifting. A lot of their shit they don't even believe in, that they are behind the scenes crackheads, that they're schizophrenic. And you go, what authority what kind of a person are you even to follow?